Horizon's too high, it's dark on my side.
Spick Span Show!
Remember why? Fire consumed, ashes remain.
All right.
What up?
What's going on, everybody? So how's it going? Episode 51. I think we might have blown it on the audio, but the music's good too. That's it.
Oh,
That was
the intro
it.
wasn't?
I don't think I played the audio for the intro. So what's going on with Seth? Seth, what'd you do? This weekend, I'm headed down to practice with the Vipers. All right. All right. Careful, but have fun. That's a good organization. You played for that.
Yeah.
Right?
That was right before I came out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last stepping stone.
There you go. So that's a good one. And we've had a bunch of people in the BKI, crew that have played for that organization. Florida is a hotbed for paintball. Seth? Where do you live, Seth? Got a band named after you and everything. Seth, is it a far commute? What is up with that? Also, let's see here. Like I said, episode 51. So we turned 50 last week. We're turning 52, which is a full year next week. So we've obviously going to be continuing all the fun and the giveaways. We're going to talk a little bit about the NXL. The Chicago event is finally around the corner here in a couple weeks. The layout drops on Wednesday. BKI is going to be doing a free film breakdown, just like they do every week.
Where are you guys going to be practicing this weekend?
So we're here against Uprising and Aftermath, I think.
No Ironman?
No Ironman.
We
play the Ironman.
Oh, okay.
So we play the Ironman in the event, and now therefore we're probably not going to play them.
Yeah, sure.
And then let's see, we've got the Chicago event, but this weekend is also, and we're going to talk about this. We have another special guest coming in on the iPad.
The
Shrink Ray. And we're going to talk a little bit about Team USA and the fact that there will not be Team USA again. They all had to cancel their flights and all that stuff.
Really?
It's over. Yeah, kids. Like, I guess there weren't. We'll get all the details, but that and two of their top guys. I mean, they're all top guys, but two of their guys weren't going to go anyway because of the NXL. The layout drops.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what kind of scheduling snafu? How do you blow that? You're the same guys on both places.
Yeah.
Like, how do you schedule an
You're
event?
not competing against each other.
Yeah.
Competing against yourselves.
Yeah, competing against yourselves.
Yeah,
I mean, it was funny because when we were practicing the Hunters the weekend before, a couple of the Pirates guys were out there, and they're like, yeah, we had 7 guys, and now we've got 3 or 4. So they're going out there still with only 4 guys, which is a big-time bummer. Because they're like, well, we booked all our stuff.
Yeah.
He goes, but I don't know what it's better. Do we play D3 with 3 guys or semi-pro with 4?
And then just like recruit random.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I know Marcelo was supposed to play with him, but then obviously the layout was a problem. He's like, well, I'm not going to miss practice.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with the Team USA guys. Christian Martinez was like, well, he's plays for the Ironman.
Yeah,
he's
like professional. Yeah,
and that's an obligation. But so is it's like he should be able he wants to play.
Yeah.
On Team USA, it's a great honor. And then Trent Nita was like, well, we're pretty good in the running for the Hurricanes to get a pro spot.
Wow.
I was like, I'm gonna practice with my guys and try to get a pro spot.
Yeah.
Are we muted?
No, I
Okay, we're good. We're not muted, are we? There's a glowing mute button right there.
I feel like the.
I think you. There we go. Now, all right.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
So it's always glowing.
If it's blinking,
If it's blinking, that means it's activated.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about that and kind of the reasons that they pulled out, or and I think it was kind of like hasn't quite been announced, but well, you know how we roll.
Yeah.
Yes, Maku, Team USA was going to come to NXL Europe, but now, again, they're not. So we do have a special guest. I don't even think you know.
I don't know.
No. You
I
guys
keep looking at your shirt, and it reminds me of that Paris Saint-Germain soccer team. Have you ever seen their logo?
Yeah, because HK made. Oh yeah, it's the one with the Eiffel Tower in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the
You know,
Blue Ridge.
Messi just went to that team, which is a big, crazy thing in the soccer news.
Yeah, didn't he get paid big bucks?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he left Barcelona. It's like his.
That's the team like he grew
Yeah,
up
like
on, right?
yeah, like he was on there since he was a kid.
That's crazy.
But the logo looks just like it.
That is crazy. How? Oh yeah, HK made a shirt. The Paris.
Yeah, I remember they made a few, right?
A few, yeah, like
Soccer
back.
clubs.
Yes. I thought that was a cool idea. Every event that they go to, they made a new type of shirt.
Yeah,
That was representative of the area.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool too.
Yeah.
I'm not even a big soccer fan, but
Yeah.
I know that
And
the rest
Ronaldo
of the
went to
world
another
is.
team.
Ronaldo isn't.
Yeah, he went to Manchester United, which is like that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big club, but it's wild. Like
Those are two big moves.
huge, biggest names.
Wow.
Anyways,
Anyways, that would be cool. They should invest with all this new money they have into a paintball team.
yeah,
Yeah. Maybe a little
Branch out, yeah.
Branch out. Come
Yeah.
on, and diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
Why don't you own a professional paintball team? Give us some of that
I
love.
think it's a great idea.
I agree. No, this is Blue Ridge Paintball Club. Dave Cheney, he actually just sent me a pair of 20 unreleased for like prototype cleats.
Oh, really?
They're pretty tight. Yeah.
Nice.
They're really cool. So I tested it out today, and this shirt came in the package. This is nice. It's like one of those breathable tech
okay.
t-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, you were gonna drop who the guest was, or maybe you weren't gonna drop it.
I don't know. We could do a guest thing, you could guess who the guest is, and maybe we give a prize. We still got lots of prizes for everybody. I actually,
There's a lot. I mean, we're not gonna give any clues on that.
we will, but like you start throwing it out right now, and then like as we get closer, I'll like drop another one. Did you like we did with the?
I mean, I could even try to guess.
and you can win something too. I guess I can find something to give you.
Yeah.
And it's actually just like we did last week with the Roadway Inn. Brent Listovka won an Iron Kids jersey last week, and that one was going on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then David Reed won barrel kit, the Dynasty barrel kit. Last week, Richard won the push goggles. Earl won the white JT Spectra goggles. So we went pretty big.
Yeah, we gave a lot of stuff away
giveaways last week. So those of you guys who are wondering where your goodies are, like, where the hell's my loot? I shipped out a bunch of stuff today. Also to the Mega Support Status members, I started shipping your headbands. We just got all the posters in and signed by both of us. So if you guys have been waiting for your poster, that is, for the most part, on the way. And the reason is, and Kevin, I'll answer your question, because I was on a trip. I was holiday roading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the
National Lampoon vacation.
National Lampoon's vacation up the 395 to which is the highway that is the Sierras go up the center of the center of California.
Yeah.
You've got the eastern and the western Sierras. The western Sierras is kind of like where Yosemite is and Fresno and all that, and then the eastern side is where I was up the 395 headed to Mammoth.
Yeah.
Where we go
Pictures
snowboarding.
look awesome.
Yeah,
I know a couple of you on here said that too.
Yeah. I've actually never been up there in the summertime. I climbed Mount Whitney, or hiked, whatever you want to call it, which is the tallest mountain in the contiguous U.S. So the highest peak in the United States.
Wow.
Outside of Alaska, basically. And climbed that thing several years back. There's actually a pretty funny video where we didn't know what the hell we were doing. I never really planned for these type of things either.
Yeah.
But I did have a pair of hiking boots that I broke in the week before, so I was privy to that type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's actually a pretty easy hike. And yeah, we did that. We went to this place called Alabama Hills, where like those big boulders. Okay, so I drove up there that night, parked there, and that's right at the bottom of Whitney Portal, which is the entrance to the Mount Whitney hike.
Yeah.
And then we went up there and parked like right in front of this big old waterfall, and was chilling there for a while. And then that night we went up to East Fork, which is outside of Independence, which is about 45 minutes south of Mammoth. Did that for a night, camped right on the river. And then,
you got a good parking spot there.
Dude, we got a great parking spot. Yeah.
And
then we went to Twin Lakes in Mammoth. There's a ton of there's tons of camping sites everywhere.
Yeah.
But I had to make sure Camille doesn't do well. Camille and Sloan don't do well in the heat. Well, I don't really do well in the heat either. It's
Yeah,
like uncomfortable,
yeah.
but like sometimes you just got to deal with it.
Yeah,
But there needs to be a body of water so that they can dip their toes in
True,
at all
true.
times. You don't want a hot baby. You do not want a hot wife. I mean, like temperature wise. Temperature wise. Shout out to Alpha Dog.
Hit that like button, like he says.
Hit that like button, guys, ladies, gentlemen.
Help us out.
Oh, I have a screenshot here of a winner, and I believe, is he in here? Oh, also, a couple of you guys, actually, Hergon, especially Hergon the Great. I need to get your address again. Sloan went into the Excel spreadsheet that I keep everybody's addresses in, and she definitely started pushing the little buttons and stuff. And so I know that Hergon won something. You won something in here, and I can't send it to you. Oh, you won a coin duel coin last week. The final winner of last week's ultimate giveaway. And I know I lost yours. I lost New York Fearfuls, but I got his back. So,
Let me see if I might have one.
You got one? You got a screenshot, right? So we did get a lot more screenshots.
Do you have his?
Let's screenshot that or screen capture that, and then let's
Okay.
make sure. I think I did. I think I put him in there. I think you sent that one to me. And then so that trip was pretty epic. I ended it. We drove down on Friday night to Palm Springs, which was the epitome. That's exactly the definition of where you don't want to be camping. It was 115 degrees, and it was hot.
It was super hot.
It was so uncomfortably hot, but it was Brandon Shore's birthday, so we
Yeah.
had to go.
Yeah.
Had the whole crew out there, and it was a
You
blast.
can only be in AC or in water.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you melt.
you melt. It was pretty uncomfortable actually. And Steve, I got your address, so you're good. She only got to she'll come up and just kind of be sneaky, and then she'll like look at you, and then the hand goes out, and then she starts smashing at the keyboards because she knows that it upsets us. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Dan McEldowney. I got he phonetically typed out how to answer.
The pronunciation.
The pronunciation for the posters, and then also he sent this relic of a jersey in.
That thing's
this
awesome.
proto jersey. I think you used to wear these, right?
Yeah. My gridlock one is like that.
This is a legacy player, Steve
thing is
Harvey.
sweet.
And this
I like
is pretty
their
cool.
logo, the San Diego Legacy.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a cool jersey.
Yeah.
They didn't do very well ever, but still, hats off to these guys. Did Marcelo play for the Legacy guys?
Might have been. Well, but like Fort and Nobby.
Yeah,
and
Fort,
all-
Nobby,
Jay,
Markey.
Short, Scamp.
Yeah, all those guys played
Yeah.
for him, right. So
It's
that's
like
pretty
Team
cool.
HK kind of almost.
Yeah, it's Team HK, and then then they had those. Then they started. Who did they play with when it was like that mix of guys in Huntington Beach? Was that Legacy? I don't know.
I forget.
I think it might have been like the HK factory team or something like that. But yeah, that was when they all used to play. Now they don't. They don't play anymore.
We got Nick Sloviak up in here.
Saw Nick.
What up? Thank
Shout
you.
out to Mr. Dalton Gilbert. I was actually I was in the process of downloading new sound effects, but I still don't know which ones I want to get. I was like, you know what's really fun is playing a bunch of different sound effects going, this is fun.
Like when I was trying to pick my phone alarm on the plane,
Yes.
and I had my sound cancellation headphones in, and I thought I was listening to it in my ears until the stewardess came up, and she's like, "Oh, we can hear your phone for 10 rows."
It wasn't plugged in.
It wasn't going through the headphones. It was playing from my phone, but I could hear it because it was so loud. And all those alarms are obnoxiously annoying. So
And you're just sitting there going,
Beep, beep.
yeah,
it was,
we've all been there, I think.
we got Meter.
Hey, Meter! We do need to get Meter on because I think that he just released one part of the up on the
Video,
PB Nation
yeah.
thing on the video. So I do want to watch that. So guys, the Astra event invitational, I believe that there's one episode
Yep.
released, and that is on PB Nation's website. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Or PB Nation's YouTube channel. It's on one of them. I did see a post shared from, Meter, maybe you could just tell us.
Yeah, we'll have to get a meter on the horn here too.
We'll have to do that one of these days, or we could try to do it nowish. But
Yeah.
but we got someone else already lined up. I will give you a hint. It is it's a she. She is going to be joining us. So that narrows it down substantially. It's not Sloan. It's not Camille. She will be on the FaceTime.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I do think that, let's see here. Yeah, Matt, and let's see, where was that? Air horn, more air horn is what we're looking for. So we're gonna try to pull some more of that up. But one of the big things is preparation for the NXL Chicago. I actually today went on the first set of the first hill sprint exercise workout that I've done since I was injured. So since April, I went up and I did.
How did that go?
It was awful. It was so uncomfortable. I don't know. It was.
I bet.
I knew it was gonna be pretty lousy.
Yeah.
Especially kind of like how I was feeling yesterday, and just that whole trip just took it out of me. The heat and all that, the salt in the saltwater pool.
Fun.
Yeah, and so, I had to do it.
Yeah.
And I just got the new fresh new cleats.
Yeah.
I did. I was not wearing this shirt. I did.
Did you feel better after 30 minminutes? Like after your
Yeah.
body came back?
I mean, I would say 30 minutes is a stretch. About 12 or 15 minutes max.
I know those workouts that are like really awful.
Well,
I'm not ready. I'm like hurting for a little. It takes a little bit of time to come down from that.
Well, when I'm doing the hill sprints, though, I'm strictly looking to work on and to get better with my breakout speed, right? Like the short burst speed.
Yeah.
It's the high intensity training, right? So, whatever the distance is, it's about a 10-second full out sprint uphill. So it takes me 10 seconds to get up to the top, 9 seconds. Like I time.
Yeah.
And then it's about a 45-second cool down, 30 to 45-second cool down period. So you're doing 10 hill sprints.
Yeah.
The goal is to do them in 10 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it's funny because I was going to screenshot my vitals and send them to you and be like, am I going to be sick now?
Yeah.
My average heart rate was, or my highest peak heart rate was 158. Didn't break 160.
Yeah.
But I think the average was like 128 to 158.
Oh, wow.
Time, which is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a range.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I actually like scrolled through all the stuff.
Yeah.
But I like checking those things. And
Yeah.
I would watch it while I was walking down, and then you count down and make sure that you go. And I do that alternating. So I'll break out like this, and then I'll kind of step back and push off with my left foot, then come down, push off with my right foot, and then come back down.
Yeah.
So I do 10. So I'm basically, Short was the one who kind of taught me this.
Sure.
Was you're mimicking being on the box cross body. And so you push off into that direction.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than always
Sideways.
in a sprinter stance.
Yeah.
Sideways. So I guess that makes sense.
I have a video on that actually.
Yeah, you
on
do.
BKI.
BKI.
Yeah.
So that was actually really good, because a lot of people ask, what should I work on? Like, how should I work on? How do I get faster?
Sure.
What do I do? And I know you've done a couple of different things for
Yeah.
workouts, but it's kind of more about getting that explosive, fast burst. I need to go from here to the snake corner.
Yeah.
Right. That's basically as far as you need to run really, really fast.
Yeah.
Or to the snake, like whatever that
Yeah.
front spot is. That's
Sure.
you need to get to full speed right there, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now it's good to work on a lot of the other stuff. Like you want to have endurance and work on stamina, but you don't need to be able to run a marathon. People that run a marathon, that doesn't mean that they're going to be really fast.
Sure. Yeah. So that explosive speed is really important. That fast twitch muscle.
Yes.
And the more you do it, the repetition is it's muscle memory also for like just repetitiveness, so it just embeds in your brain, so that becomes second nature to you.
Yeah, and it's funny because when I'll look at when I do these, I haven't done a lot of the film breakdown stuff, or not the film, but the photo breakdown stuff. But you can see, and I was trying to work with my Savage guys. I was like, listen, you need to be way faster off the box.
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny because I was watching some of my guys, and when you look at the photographs from the events, which I do for teams a lot, is that form and body mechanics breakdown, is you'll look at everybody off the box, and so there's a really good if you go down and guest with, say, a team in Panama, like when I was guesting with my guys, or you guest with a team in Europe, you're gonna be, when they take a picture off the break, you're gonna be a full step, or your gun is gonna be already up by the time these other guys like lunge forward off the box. Because you'd anticipate that beat, but you're also way more crisp with your moves.
Sure.
So, that's kind of like why that's really important.
Yes.
And a lot of people download the beeping thing and they try to break out in that position. And it wouldn't be bad to have a coach, or if you are a coach, I think someone was asking me about some coaches stuff, is time that speed. You know? So when you're at the Olympics and you're swimming, like, you know, it's like your mark, boop,
Yeah.
boop, and everybody's off.
Yeah.
If you don't get off right away,
That could be losing that.
that's it.
Yeah.
You just lost, because there's split seconds, and every little bit that you can shave off here, there, or the other place is going to be a huge advantage for you. You know, that's why A-Rod and Marcelo and, you know, Archie and some of these guys are so good, not only like shooting guys off the break, right? Move those interior bodies. Like Marcelo can shoot 1, 2 and get guys off the break. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'll try to squeeze off a couple in that middle, first zone, and then really focus on the second one. Or sometimes I'm like, it's a little too much for me. I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of times you shoot that first shot actually diagonal. Like for an insert, like say you're shooting the snake off the break. You'll shoot that first shot at the interior Dorito bunker, and then that second shot on the other side of the field, which is very difficult, but you can, like, the elite shooters can do that.
And it's a huge advantage, you know, and that was in the Sacramento event. Like, A-Rod was shooting a couple guys off just going into that first little temple, like I would watch.
Yeah.
You know, and again, if you can get those interior bodies off the field really, really effectively and quickly, like, that's almost as good as shooting that front guy. Like, I know I want to shoot Mouse, but if I can shoot J-Rab or Matt Jackson behind him, then he's kind of left on an island.
Yeah.
And then he has to play more cautiously.
Well, I think that's so important because, one, you're messing up that player's mindset because they don't usually get shot off the break going to that quick spot. So now you're like really messing with, if they're trying to take a shot and they're one person out of the game, which is huge because now that's hard for the next points carrying over. Yeah,
that's funny. Nick's right. I was actually going to reference Man on Fire because, I don't know, it's a great movie, and there is that scene when he's training the daughter Peta for the swim class, swim lesson. And he's rolling the 2 bricks together, boom, and he like slaps them together, and she like twitches, and he's like, you can't twitch, you got to go. And that was actually, that's funny. Nick mentioned that, watch Man on Fire. You should watch Man on Fire anyway because it's an amazing movie. Yeah. And then if that is what you take out of the movie, is how to start off the gate a little better. All right. Yeah. 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah. So yeah, it's the gunshot. It's the gunshot holds no fear. Look at that. So the NXL horn holds no fear.
Need to go.
Yeah, you guys need to be faster off the gate. Everybody can be faster off the gate.
We also talk about that too, like when we see guys. It's constantly any day we go out and teach, like even into some pros these days, like they're trying to put someone in and they finally get them in and then they hesitate on going to that move, and then they wait till that person starts to like feel them out in a sense, and then now that opportunity is gone.
Yep.
It's like, you know, you want to react there too. If you're a front player and you go to wrap to put someone in because you want to go to the next spot, but then you don't take it, and then that person feels out, like, how to start.
Yeah, and it could be you don't take it because you're just not confident in your ability to make it to that spot so fast.
Yeah.
You know, because there whether it's like a slight hesitation, you know, there's a little bit of a doubt in your mind, or you're just like, oh man, I'm just not that quick.
Yeah. You know, I had a pretty long conversation with Joe Egan, who's in here a lot in my EMB right now, but at the summer camp, and he's like, as a taller guy, Joe's like 6'2", you know. He's like, how do you play out of these spots? I want to be able to play these snake bunkers comfortably. And I was like showing him, like, sometimes there's a different stance that I have on my grounding when I'm snap shooting out of a snake bunker. But I'm like, immediately before, like when I start to get the idea that I want to go, I might slightly bring up one of my legs that I can explode off. But I also have to understand that my shot isn't going to be as effective. So I could battle you in the back center from the snake comfortably with the intention that I'm not ready to go yet anyways, but I'm like, my shot's going to be a little bit better. But when I am ready to leave, I better go, because the longer I battle with you in a position that's as a disadvantage of me, like say I have 1 knee on the ground versus 2, and I don't take that, then I'm now putting myself in more of a risk and giving you the advantage there. So it's like, if I'm starting to bring that leg up to go, I need to take the shot and not keep battling you.
Not keep battling. Don't get stuck into that battle. Which
a
lot of people do, and that's a whole other thing too, right? Like that's a lot of people tend to do that. They get too stuck into that mindset of trying to fight. out of a spot rather than like actually taking the advantage. Like, what is your goal?
Yeah.
Right? What are you trying to do? You're trying to win a gunfight with this guy way over there from down here, or you're trying to put him in to go, or you're trying to get this, or just don't get sidetracked from the overall the actual goal.
Sure.
So yeah. Actually, nobody has guessed who it is. I like Taylor White shotgunned it out with a bunch of players out there. It's not Jonas. Jonas gets the most creative answer. It is not my mom. But that would also be Alex Frage's answer as well. Speaking of Alex Frage, he is working on the donation page to get those white JT custom goggles loaded up. So that's something that Joe Pike had donated, a pair of white JT Proflexes that were custom made, custom built with the cool retro strap. And he donated them to go towards cancer research. So we will be putting something up on the HORMESIS Paintball or their website to sell some kind of raffle tickets. And we're going to try to raise, as much as we can and donate all of the proceeds to less whatever Stripes 3%. You got to pay the man.
Yeah.
You always got to pay the man. I realize that. Less whatever their fee is, and we're gonna put it all into some cancer research or helping.
That's awesome.
So that's awesome. So shout out to Joe Pike, long time listener.
Yeah.
And frequent visitor. Okay.
Big donator.
Yep. All right, we've got the Bring It On.
Oh,
yeah.
It was
so
she is.
She's a little nervous. Okay, she doesn't do well under pressure, but there's no pressure on the Spick Span Show.
Yeah.
She said, "I feel like it's a trap. What do you guys want?" We're like, "What do you?" I go, "Kyle doesn't show up until 1 minute before the show. I barely write anything down. We have no plan here."
Yeah.
Okay.
We're off the cuff.
Yeah.
We want it to be organic.
Yeah, it's got to be organic. My list of stuff to talk about was all scribbled notes from last week. Which doesn't help me for this week, aside from telling you guys who the winners from last week are. And then I had a blank piece of paper that I wrote 4 things down on, and I circled G2 and Vic and Dan McDowney, and said, "Don't forget to talk about NXL Chicago."
There we go.
Let's grab a little thing. Shout out to Dizon. Also, you posted up a nice little a screenshot of the Spick Span Show. I do have a winner for this week's giveaway for, remember, anybody who's listening on Spotify, or even if you're not listening on Spotify, just go to Spotify, screenshot the Spick Span Show, tag us, put it on your social media, and we're going to pick a winner out of that. This week's winner is Delmont Yonan.
A bookcase always scares me because it's like, if you take a book out and
all
it's
the books
not
come
filled,
out.
then they slide down.
The Dog Lover's Companion to California. There's like books that I didn't even know we had in here.
Yeah, I try to pick a new one every time we do this.
Welcome to our book club, The Dog Lover's Guide to Companion to California. The inside scoop on where to take your dog.
That's not either Ryan or my book.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, I mean, looks like something my mom gave us.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. There's another your mom joke. Whoops. Hold on. There we go. All right.
Do we need 2 or you need 1?
No, one's perfect.
One's
this perfect.
Light.
We're looking good, man. We're looking good. There she is.
Hello.
All right. The
get
Boston
sucked into
in Boston Paintball, Lori Miller is here.
Boss of Boston.
Yeah, the boss of Boston. Let me move this this logo here really quickly. I know. How you feeling, Lori? How you doing?
I'm good.
Can you
I always
see
get
us?
to come on and break the bad news, I suppose, but it's
Listen,
somebody's got to do it, right?
all news on the Spick Span Show is good news. So let's just.
You're actually breaking this news. Nobody knows kind of what we're talking about officially.
I know.
Anyway,
I know.
so.
That's how we do it on the Spick Span Show. We hear news and we just break it. we break it.
Yeah.
We lose sources regularly, but you know what? We're doing it for
No
for
idea
you
why.
guys. We're doing it for everybody out here. You know, we hold no punches.
Yeah.
We hold no
You
punches.
have a great crowd. I'm afraid that some people may have been a little disappointed with some of the names that were in there.
No.
Nobody's disappointed. No one's disappointed.
They're just trying to win prizes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, but you have some really good names in there, and you really probably should entertain having them on. But I want to say congratulations to you guys. I know it's show 51.
Show 51. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. You guys do a great job with this. You have a great little community here. So hello.
Thank you. Yeah, I
everybody.
mean, we see you're always in there almost. I feel like every week you pop
I
in
try.
there. Yeah.
I try.
So
I like to eat. Wait, I have a question though.
Okay.
Why is Kyle always the first one to eat the gross things?
I don't know how that works. Because Ryan's
It's like
a little
that's how
bit
it's set up. It's
bit
just-
older, and
Yeah.
so like
Because I'm better at hyping up how, like, you know, I'm actually because I'm terrified. So I got
You
to
want
make
to see
sure.
if you
That,
can-
yeah.
I mean, it's
He's
just
a
happened
soup
like that.
tester.
Some of them
Okay.
were just bets that I lost the bet, and then I did suggest that the pickled pig's feet might not be that bad. So I guess that just made defaulted to me having to try it first.
That was disgusting. I'm sorry.
That was
Yeah,
pretty bad.
it looked awful.
It wasn't quite
that
as
and the
bad as
bird
the
thing.
balut.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That was.
Can you
No
see us,
good.
by the way? Or
I
we
have
go.
you on my computer.
Okay,
so
okay, that's
I can
good.
see that. Yeah.
I think that's one thing that we have to tell people. So it's like when they're which way the
because
camera's
she can see like it's like this mirror of images right there. No, because she can see how big we are, so she sees both of us and herself in this.
Yeah. And then, but
Yeah,
like when
I
we
can
were
see all
talking to
that.
Oliver, I think the camera was just like pointed at the bookshelf.
It was facing like something else. Yeah.
And so he just had no idea what at all was going on, and he didn't have the computer open.
The problem with because Oliver insisted on using the Facebook Messenger thing.
Yeah.
And the way that the Facebook Messenger thing is, it put my screen small down
that
here.
wasn't
it wasn't.
iMessage?
No, it wasn't iMessage. So
okay.
it doesn't give you true thirds, or like it gives you two random sizes and then a weird size down below. It was strange. So like our picture was always the smallest. Uh-oh.
No, this
What did I
looks
just
good.
play?
Yeah.
Something's playing right now. I don't know what that is.
I don't see it either.
So yeah. Anyway.
No, he handled that like a champ too. I don't know. You would never know that. I wouldn't know that until you just said that. So that's good.
Uh-huh.
No, he's good. He did really well.
Yes, my famous book. I just got mine today.
You did?
Yeah. I haven't even opened it yet. It's still in the plastic.
It's kind of
Somebody said I
intimidating, like, because you're like, man, I'm gonna want to sit down for like 3-4 hours when I get through this thing. So
Right.
you're like, you gotta like give yourself some time when you can like.
Have you looked at it yet?
I haven't, because of that same exact thing that we're all talking about. Like I asked you, and then I had the other day, and I had some stuff to do. And I'm like, man, if I start looking into this thing, I'm not gonna get anything done.
Yeah, you
I
really.
haven't. Can you see? Does it have the articles in it? Or is
It
just all
has
photos?
some articles, not all of their
Okay.
articles though, and I don't know. There's some stuff that I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if it was published or not. What it seems as though is that they have a bunch of clippings, and they kind of talk about some historical moments and teams and players throughout. You know, and there is an Iron Kids section in there that I did read.
Yes.
And it did have some excerpts from stories that Maddie had written.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so
Okay.
I do remember him writing those things. And so yeah.
I was going to ask you that because I am a little bit of a fan, and I have the original magazines. I think I'm missing 3.
Oh,
So-
really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
I used to have every single magazine I'd ever been in, and it was in an old JT duffel bag, like the cool big yellow JT duffel bags.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone broke into our garage back at the India Street house and stole all of them. They thought they were getting out with all sorts of good loot. Instead, they just got a bunch of magazines, probably threw them all away in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But yes.
I haven't opened it, but I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
And I just want to answer just really quickly before we jump in here to Jonas and Jake. We actually use OBS, the whole streaming platform. We have a whole production studio that we look at over here and over here. You guys only see our beautiful faces.
It's very high tech.
But this is actually we kind of did it at first because to put in a plug-in, to put in another plug-in, to do this picture-in-picture, it just was a lot of kind of work. And I was a little lazy, and we did it like this, and it just kind of is more fun.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like or comfortable.
Yeah, this is cool.
I know
I think it's
I
cool.
know some people don't really like it, but tough beans.
Yeah.
So it makes it different. It makes it good.
No,
It's all good.
I mean, and I think what's good about too is almost everyone that we've had on the show that we don't have like often, like I guess Alex, the conversation is like so it's just organic, and it feels like you're like sitting down to have lunch with someone. Like when perfect example, you know, most people have met Maddie Marshall and talked to him at a tournament. or seen him on like Go Sports or something. And Matty when he came on the show, it was just like, it felt like it was like a lot of relief off of him that he's like, you know, he is like the face of Go Sports as far as like talking. So and when he came on the show, it seemed like he was very organic and like
Right.
it was
Yeah.
very
Well, that's
relaxed.
It's just a
surprises me.
FaceTime call.
Yeah.
And look, we've all been there. Now everybody's a lot better at it now. But when I have to send you a link to log into this and then wait in this chat room and then you're just sitting there, there's like all this anticipation. I just call you on FaceTime.
Yeah.
We all know how this works.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to be able to get like great, you know, very, very inspirational players like Nick Sloviak because he's got an Android phone. But, you know, that's just the Spick Span Show is just willing to take those types of sacrifices and have Nick in here on the back. You know what I mean?
It's the worst.
So yes,
That is the
unfortunately.
worst.
And you're right. Get the book and the iPad is way more fun. Plus, this way, if we just called you guys in a lobby, I would have no clue in my entire life that we had a dog lover's companion to California.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds like a great book.
Yeah.
Gonna have to get that one.
Yeah. So we can call Nick on WhatsApp time because I guess Oliver was also one of those people who. Anyway.
No, honestly, when you were talking about Maddie, the reason I was like, all right, I'll do it is because this is so I know how this goes. So this isn't super
I know you thought it was a trap, but I would never trap you.
Well, I was gonna
Well,
say
it's a
when
little
you
bit
were
of a trap because the subject is not the best thing
Well,
that we could be talking about, and it could go downhill really quickly.
But for most people that don't know, like, our relationship with you and Anthony, like,
Yeah.
I would say 80% of the time, we are giving you guys, like, crap. Like, just teasing you guys and making it hard on you just for fun, to
Prank.
make each other laugh. So I could
We have
see
some
how
pranks,
how you would maybe interpret this process to be us just cracking jokes.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I have to say, this past summer camp was the first time I really got pranked. I've heard about Ryan's pranks in the past, but so yes, I was expecting maybe some pranks
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Ate some gross things. But
No,
Well, you got pranked
No,
by
we're good.
Rusty, who rarely does a lot of pranks, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
With the potato.
Oh, that's because I got her with the potato, and he was dying.
Oh no
laughing.
Okay, so he
saw me get
you
Lori.
got her first.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he just starts.
It was just dead silent. I heard the sound and I turned around and the two of them were on the floor, like laughing so hard they're silent laughing.
I mean, that might have been the hardest I've heard Rusty laugh
Ever.
since I've known him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 10
It
years.
was
Like,
very funny.
Absolutely, he was so excited.
but we had all these baked potatoes, and they were left over after dinner in tinfoil, and it was really dark. It was like right before everyone's going to sleep, so all the lights are off, and Ryan slides it across the floor.
And
Like it looked like and it sounded just like a rat.
It was like scurrying across the floor, bounced between Lori's legs, and when it went back underneath
Yeah.
the
Right
table.
between my feet under the table. I was terrified. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry, can I say that?
You
And
can say whatever you want.
then
yeah.
Rusty probably
Okay.
got another 15 people with it.
Yeah, he was just running up and
did
down.
he?
He was
Yeah.
just running up and down the bunks, throwing it into people's rooms.
Yeah.
So we're having fun on that one. Well, Lori, let's talk about what you don't want to talk about, really quickly.
Okay.
Look,
All right. Well, we can talk
The
about
event is this weekend. Okay.
It is. Yeah.
This coming weekend, so it's not like it would be like, hey, where did everybody go? Someone was gonna have to explain.
Yeah.
And I actually, I kind of know why and what's going on, but it's not like you guys are afraid and you're like, oh, the competition's too good. It's like
No.
it's way too difficult to travel internationally right now. I think. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, there were a lot of things, but so yes, unfortunately, this is the breaking news, I suppose, is that Team USA is withdrawn from competing in France this weekend. All of the teams had. Initially, it was the women's team, and that was because there were only 2 other teams that were signed up, and it was a long trip and some, the biggest thing at the end of it all, I'm just going to say, is that if somebody were to test positive for COVID while they were over in France, and you have to have a test to come home, you are automatically stuck there for 10 days.
Vacation.
And so, I don't know. Well, there's a lot going on in France right now, so maybe if you're in certain parts, it's more of a vacation, but there's a whole process to it. You have to get a green pass, and that is issued by the government, and you have to send in for that, so you have to email the French government. If they don't send it back to you in time, then you are required to test every 48 hours, and you have to do that to be able to get in your hotel, to get into a restaurant, to get anywhere. To get on the venue now, they just released that today. So
And
people-
using the Paris
Yeah.
Charles de Gaulle airport is definitely not a vacation.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
No.
100%.
I tried to avoid that when we were looking at flights. I was like, there's one 8 miles south, so I was trying to get into that one. But so yeah, you have to have all these. If you can't get the green pass from the government in time, you have to test every 48 hours to be able to get in your hotels and get on site. And then
Every
with all the
48
people that
hours?
yeah, every 48 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you have the green pass for your vaccine card, and that is, again, something that you have to be lucky enough to get in time from the government. Because right. And then, so you guys travel more Europe than I do, but the August, September is usually the tourists don't go there in August because they're on vacation, right? So then the tourist season starts to pick up again in September. The information that I could find, we had our parents' meeting on the 18th of August after we got back from the practice and stuff. And the only information I could find was up to August 15th. So on August 18th, there was no new information. They weren't processing anybody traveling after August 15th. They were, it was like it just went into a dead zone. So those were some big concerns. And with all the people that we were traveling with, you risk a false positive in some cases, but worst case scenario, you actually end up sick there. And then, what do you do? Because if the hotels aren't letting you in, if you don't have a green pass or, a negative COVID test, where are you quarantining? And
yeah.
So the family
that could
started
get
have
pretty
conversations
tough.
about, yeah.
I would go crazy. I would go crazy if I had to stay in a Europe hotel. Imagine staying in that one place that we stayed at with the ML Kings.
Which
Yeah.
one?
The one that was, I
In
guess,
Amsterdam?
right. The one.
No
the one
offense,
yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I had never done it. I know that they have this weird thing with beds, though, huh? Like,
Yeah. You guys had set up. You guys were staying in a nice place. I think you guys were staying in a nice place.
Yeah, we were going to stay right across from the venue, the Best Western, I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes
And a lot
it's
of
just
parents
like
take
missing.
houses.
It's just like missing one thing or another here and there. Like sometimes there's no shower. It's just a bathtub.
Yeah, and look, Chris Dahl just said he applied 5 weeks ago and still doesn't have the pass.
Wow.
Yeah, he was one of the first people to try it, and we were all kind of going. He was going to be the guy to tell us what the process was, and that's actually pretty incredible. I know that the BDs were trying to get theirs too. They had put in for 6 and only got 2 back.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of things, but that was it.
Yeah, and I mean that's another like kind of big time bummer. It's nobody wants to be able to miss. And I'm not even talking about like the opportunity to play overseas is a cool opportunity.
Sure.
Like if you get to go over there, like just in general, like I remember, my very first time, it was a bit hectic, but and terrifying, but the whole experience is like so memorable, and each time that you go, it's like this is really cool. And then the fact that the USA squad, the boys, had a really really strong team, really strong, the girls, the boys, and even the U16s, like. The good thing about the U16, like Colton and Will, is like I foresee them still being on the team for the next 5 years, or until they aren't, ineligible to go, which is great for them. But some of the guys had aged out, and I believe Austin was one of them, and it's just
given us they had extended the qualifications. Yes. So since we didn't do it last year, so this is 2 years since the combine. To now, it's almost 2 years of practices, and
so maybe when they're 25, we can hit this U16 tournament. And they can still play. Yeah, we'll just keep getting deferments over there.
Who knows?
Yeah, and it's like so I don't think anybody blames you guys for canceling, but I know that there was only 2 not just the hoops to jump through, but. There's no sense in going all the way out there if there's only 2 teams to play against, and who knows if those other 2 are like maybe we're not going to go, no one's there, and then you show up and you're the only people. It's like musical chairs.
Yeah, and that was a big factor too.
It's the 9th green at 9 actually, is like that. Yeah.
Right. We were watching the list, and the U16 they wanted to go, and that list seemed to be the bigger one, but it was also a matter of they were only playing on Sunday, so. They, to fly all the way over there, risk all these things, and then the U16 plays Sunday. That was it. There wasn't no other days. They were trying to see if they could put a D2 team in or a D4 team in. So we were trying to work out different things, but the risks just did not outweigh. And it has to be said, we wanted the parents to make the decision. We didn't want to. They were financially invested in this big time. So if they didn't have enough time to cancel stuff, there's a lot at stake here for all of them. So. So
Could be a
and
headache.
I'll break. It could be a headache. But I'll break some other news because this just happened before I left work. And I was given the okay to kind of say this to you guys on here
Wow,
tonight.
this sounds. This is what we like.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm nervous.
You should. I'm nervous saying it a little bit because I don't want it to be too read into. But we spoke to the federation this afternoon. And we had sent over an email because someone asked us. I'm going to backtrack a little bit first. So when we joined as a federation, we were at the annual meeting. That's when some of the things were changed. The U16 was allowed to go to 68 caliber. But there was also a vote taken to have the world championships every other year instead of every year. And so that would have been last year and it would have been next year. So now that it was happening this year, we expected it to not be next year. We sent an email this afternoon just saying, hey, has that been revisited at all? Are you guys reconsidering maybe? And we got an immediate response. And the response was that it had been a conversation and that we would have maybe some news and some movement on it next week. So.
All right, so I might have lost you on the math a little bit here.
Okay.
What exactly, can you just clarify what you just said?
Yeah, yep.
So next year, every 2 years, but next year is a 5-year leap year, and then we go backwards one time, but then the kid's 22. Yes. So I'm sorry.
23. Yeah,
okay.
No. So we would not have gone again next year because they would have had the world championships this year.
Correct.
There is a chance that they're talking about doing it again next year.
Okay, so the news is there's no news.
Well,
they're thinking about changing. They're thinking about dropping some news.
Yeah, they're thinking about it. Well, it sounded more positive than negative, meaning they didn't come back and say, no, we're going to stick to the every other year policy. Yeah, so.
Interesting.
So, that being said, we have Kyle, are you coming to our meeting on Thursday?
Yeah. I might be flying. We got to get the time right, but.
Okay.
Nick and I are both headed up to Sacramento.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. No, it is what it is. So we have a BKI meeting on Thursday morning, and a lot of that conversation is going to be at the Combine.
I will be there then. Thursday morning is good.
Thursday morning's good. And actually, that was Bart Crahan had a question about he wanted to hear about the Combine. And a big shout out to G2 Paintball and Victor.
Yeah.
But there is going to be a Combine, correct? Or we're talking about that.
Oh God, how much can I say here?
So we're talking about it. We're talking about it on Thursday.
Maybe that's a conversation for Monday's show
next week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But we are
Let's go with that.
But that is a topic of conversation. Is the paintball combine, because
I'll say paintball combines.
Oh, maybe the paintball combines. Okay, that's great.
All right,
awesome. All right. Shout out to the BKI and the paintball combines. So will there be a Team USA tryout again if there were to be another team, or are they going to allow? Are they going to allow the kids that were this year's age now?
I don't believe they'll extend the roster.
It's like going to Little League and being like, that kid is not 12 years old. He's got a beard. He's 210 pounds. Come on. Let me see his birth certificate. Where's his ID?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
no, sadly, I don't think they'll extend it, but I think that there's a chance that we would be doing them and finding some teams.
Yeah, so. and I think that's a big portion of that as well is because we do pick up the Team USAs. Now, what I'm excited for, the real question is, do I need to jump into the Combine, seeing as I will be 40 next year, and therefore I will be able to play in the 40 and over team? Me and D's on?
Yes, you and D's on. Hey, you can be in charge of the Masters team.
I don't want to be in charge of Frank Connell and those guys. No way.
But Frank's got mad donuts, man. You should. Yeah. It's not a bad guy to have on a team.
True.
Yeah. So.
Okay, well that's exciting that the Team USA over 40s Masters guys will be stacked.
Yeah. I think so. Who else is in the class? I know Rusty's in.
Oh yeah. Well, Yoshi and Alex will also be. I don't know. Do you have to be 40 that year? Do you have to be 40 already, or is it 41? Because Alex is in November, Yoshi's in April. Oliver is in September, so he could technically fly over there. Has to be first class. Emirates. But we could get him there. I know Dizon's in it already.
We have like Shane Howe.
Shane Howe's been 40.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like
he could
he's
do it.
good. Is Mark Johnson from
Yeah.
from Diesel, AC Diesel?
Yeah, he played. He was on the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
No, I'm just saying like you guys have some heavy hitters. That are still currently playing pro.
Yeah, and I think that
And
there are a
competing.
couple others out there.
There is,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
There are a
for
couple
sure.
other current pro players that are on there.
I
know.
do think you have to be 40. I do think you have to be 40 in the year prior to the year that you play. But I'll double check that. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying I would not be eligible being 40 years old?
That might put you out.
Fred Berkeley, that guy's for sure. I don't know if Thomas Taylor's 40. I want to say he is. He might be.
Yes,
old.
I believe he
is
is.
old,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Easy. Easy.
Well, hey, I'm in the same boat. Like I'm there.
Yeah.
I can't. It's not like I'm you know.
You're not getting younger?
No, I'm not. I know it does look like it. I do. It does look like it. Mario was asking about an East and West combines. I did propose doing an East and West Coast sort of NXL All-Stars sort of thing, breaking them up, and that way, and Tom actually really liked it, was instead of, I guess you guys can hear this here first too, and I think we talked about it a little bit, but instead of having 5 majors, right, they'll do the 4 majors again and then the 2 minor events. But at the minor events, 10 pro teams will be required to go to each one. So the Sacramento event would have all the West Coast teams, which obviously the 4 Texas teams would be split into 2 groups. There'd be you guys, us, Uprising Thunder, Aftermath, Ironman. And then the other side would, have Revo, Damage, a couple of Texas guys.
Yeah.
And all those other East Coast teams. And the 2 minor events, we would all have to, we would have to go to half of one of them and they would have to go to the other one.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is because when we were at the last event, it's like us going to Pendleton. Like, we're old news. It's like no one's gonna go. Dynasty's not a big draw for people to go out there, and as is like Impact and DMG aren't like a big draw for people to come to the West Coast event to Sacramento Paintball. Right? They're like, we've already seen these guys. They'll come maybe, but if there are 10 NXL pro teams there, more people will be inclined not only just to sign up and just be like, oh, dude, let's go play because we have a chance to be able to watch Dynasty and Impact play. We have to watch X Factor.
Yeah.
We've never seen X Factor play before, or Uprising, or whatever it is. And I think that would help to draw more teams and more players in general to the whole entire thing. And so so that's something that we're talking about, or they're talking about. I was like we. And something that I proposed because I think that would be a cool draw. And obviously, or doing a combine alongside of the NXL. I know we did talk about that, but I think that's too tough. It's too distracting, in my opinion. I think that would be too much. I think it would be because there's going to be guys that are playing in both, and you just can't do that.
Yeah.
But we did talk about setting up a couple of the combine drills at the events and having prizes and stuff for that. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Yes, and I know that you've talked to Jerry, and he's helping us with some new stuff going on with the combine stuff. And so in the target system, that is, I don't know the name of the company, but
that is a cool idea. Also on the side of it, that I've talked to almost at every event. I'll see someone maybe that I know that I talk to like once every maybe couple years, seeing them at an event, and I'm like, hey, are you playing this one? And they're like, well, I was, but my team ended up like pulling out last minute, or I already booked this trip. I came to play, but something happened where I wasn't able to play. But then you have maybe something like that's available. So then someone's like, well, I still feel like I came out here and I got to play paintball in some format, whatever it is.
Exactly.
I think that's
we did a clinic in Texas one year. We did that free clinic, and it was super cool. I think the thing that kind of holds everybody back though is that nobody wants to do that and have bad numbers, right? Be put on blast, or put themselves out there to show their numbers. And I think you see that up and down all of the divisions. I don't think it's necessarily
for sure. And then that is a big factor why a lot of people don't compete in the individual stuff a lot as well, is because you don't want to be like, oh, man, I thought I was the fastest guy, right? Yeah. But the great thing about that is, like, and Kyle actually showed this, is when who was it, Zuno did that one in the Boston event, and he crushed the scores, and you're like,
Yeah.
hold on,
Yeah,
not on my
yeah,
watch,
yeah.
and stepped up and beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that is like a perfect example of like why, and you can easily solve that problem by just adding prizes to the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
we pay like
yes.
we not pay. You can either pay or just give like even if it's just like give some goggles or give some of this. Like go back to the old school way of giving it. Like again, kind of a plug with the Iron Kids and the Iron Kids documentary is like we played in the Great Western. We won the event. We won 10 gear bags, 25 bottles of oil, and some squeegees.
Yeah.
And we sold every single one of those and paid for the next one. And get the next event, we won 10 gear bags. It wasn't
That
cash
is a
back
lost
then,
art.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
remember like having to flip all that stuff, and I remember winning like an autococker one time. It was like it was just a cool idea having this tangible stuff. Now I know some people are just like, give me $400,
Yeah.
and I get that. Like that makes sense. Also, like you don't want to have to schlep of like selling all this stuff.
Right.
But if there's not much on the line, if it costs $5 to enter the combine or $10, or even if it's free,
Yeah.
go and do this,
Yeah.
and then like not only do
Yeah.
you get a plaque or a medal or a coin dual coin or
Yeah.
whatever it is for winning the snake drill, like something cool, and you get like a rad trophy like
Yeah.
that. It allows you to win more stuff and have more accolades. That way you can put. I don't even have anything, but like posters or things behind you when you have a YouTube channel. Later on down the road, it's like there's Kyle's snake drill and there's
Yeah.
Ryan's breakout shooting drill or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yep.
And so I think that that's cool. I think that you can sign up and it takes time, right? Just like this show took time, and just like the BKI program, everything takes some time, and you just need to gain some momentum.
Yeah.
Like
I think
if Kyle
once
goes out,
we-
good.
I was gonna say once we get the electronic aspect of it figured out, then I
Mm-hmm.
think that it's easier. Obviously, you guys know the process for keeping scores at a combine. There's a lot of paperwork involved, and we do that because we try to be, as involved in it as possible. So when we get the electronic old part and everything kind of working together, I think that having the drills at the bigger events will definitely, people will actually get to see what the setup is and take it for a ride and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first announced all the combine drills, I think it was at a Chicago event back several years ago, and we tested some of them out, and I was like, hey, come on out and try the. We didn't have a lot of people, but obviously the promotional side of things was a lot smaller and a little more difficult. But there were people that showed up, and I ran a little combine snake drill, and it was fun. And people, they didn't win anything, but it was like, all right, cool, you guys are on the board.
Yeah.
And just like how that one, how Chris Zuno put up a record time. And Kyle's like, like I'm gonna go do this. Like I can't let this happen.
Yeah.
Right. And so maybe he'll be like, and maybe that's one of the reasons. He'll be like, you'll walk up and be like, hold on, some D3 guy just won what, or is in the top of what?
Yeah.
Like, I got to go over there and try to win.
Yeah.
Right. So here's my $5. I'm gonna get up on the board and I'm gonna try to win this thing.
Yeah.
And it's also great because if you're a divisional player, like that's the beauty of these combine drills is you can practice them, and then you can test your. You can be like, all right, well, you know what? I saw Ryan did it, and I think I could probably do a little better. And look at that, I'm better than Ryan at the snake drill.
Yeah.
And I think that's like obviously, ouch. I guess maybe my ego is slightly hurt, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's one of the coolest thing that they do.
But you said something, and it's I think it's the key aspect of what makes the combine so cool is that you're putting yourself and you're doing these drills right in front of other people, but they're also encouraging you, and they're like it's a great environment to be open to learning and to kind of test your own limits. Like how many people say, I'm not a snake player, I don't have a snake, right? But they all do it, and then they surprise themselves. So it's a real good way to figure out like where you're at and what you didn't think you were capable of.
Yeah, a lot of the times we have, I think, guys that are usually like the snake drill is a great example. Guys that are really fundamentally strong gun skill wise, and they know proper mechanics of how to hold their gun or whatnot, and then they go do the snake drill, and they're like, I don't even think I'm going to be able to dive, and then their time is like in the top 20-30%.
Yeah.
Just because of like their fundamentals. And then so it's a great example also to show people like, hey, you're a snake player, and this is what is hurting your time because you're missing all your shots or something. Look at this person that went way slower than you as far as speed, but still connected on everything.
And let me see if I can sort this. So,
Can we hand Z?
Command Z that one, huh?
Yeah. Ryan almost just reset the.
It's the national grade. So I guess you guys unlocked the national grades, drill grades, because Bart Crahan was asking who is the fastest snap shooter.
Yes. He's got a winky face. I think he.
Ryan almost just reset us back a couple years.
I almost put the old Sloan Greenspan.
Are you on the web page or are you on the actual sheet?
I'm on the sheet.
It says master at the top.
It says master at the top, and I just pushed something and it said. So
and
this
everything
one,
went
this one.
It's okay. Jeff can call you. It's
no, it's all good. So this one might be a different one, actually. This one might be year one. I don't know. This one says the fastest. Sorry, this is the snake drill. Sorry, he was asking who's the fastest snap shooter, and I believe that there's a
current scores are up on the website. I think both sets are up there. So if you go to the paintballcombine.com, I believe the Arizona scores are up there, and
okay, because this one has Jackson Frey, so I might be looking at an old one. Because there's just 5 because we doubled the scores.
That's probably the 20.
I'm just gonna go ahead and close this before I delete something because I was.
We'll have to go find the papers.
That's right. We have to go for the hard evidence of who it was. And so like what we're doing is we're working with Jerry Van Cleve. He's got a new system that he used he debuted it basically at the Astra event. Which is a new way of booking and a new way of like kind of keeping score and all this stuff. And so that's something that we've been talking to him a little bit about. And Bart helped us last year. He wasn't there. 2019, he said 10 shots at 5.34. So
he knows his score. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know.
He got a prize.
It might have been 2019, 10 shots, missed only one, 5.3407. Was the score?
Good memory.
Yeah. And so these are at you can check out all those scores and you can see what we're even talking about because a lot of this is kind of a new.
Yeah, a good reference is Go Sports has the videos up. They were obviously covering the event, so they have a lot of Facebook lives and there's a lot of old Facebook lives that cover all these drills, so you can see them in action, kind of see what the. The scores are in. Brandon Trujillo overall, number 1. The agility drill is Rod. Chris Hugh, the snake drill. Eric Uzarski, lateral slide. Edward Eberbach, snap shooting. Oh, he won a Greenspan jersey. I should have remembered this one. It does not show his score, just the names. Brandon Martinez won the breakout drill. I think he had won it the year before,
really
too. Yeah.
Are you on the website?
I'm on the website. I'm just looking at the pictures, though.
You gotcha. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the pictures.
The easy way.
So let's see. Let's go to snap shooting. Edward
go to Arizona
Eberbach.
scores.
Yeah. 11.86 seconds total. With 0 misses, 4.79 right, and left hand was missed 2 shots, but had 5.07 seconds. So the way that a lot of these drills work is they're all been quantified and turned into metrics based on your overall time. And so you run through whatever drill it is. So for, say, the snap shooting drill in particular, you get 10 shots right-handed and then 10 shots in left-handed. You have up to 10 seconds to complete all 10 of those things, but you do them as fast as you can. And for every missed shot, it adds a second. And it was funny because Tom and I were talking. He goes, does this only benefit the players that are fast and more agile? And I said, well, not necessarily, because you can see a direct correlation with when people go faster at each thing, the more mistakes they make. So there's a nice balance, and you can see Ed Eberbach, who won the whole thing, he did it in 5 seconds with his left hand, but missed 2 shots, right? And so that adds an extra 2 seconds, whereas the second place, Hamill, Monroe, he did it in 6.25 seconds with his left hand, but didn't miss any shots with his left. So that right there beats him by 0.3, almost 0.4 seconds. 0.8 seconds. So that's he just went equally as not slow, but equally as quick with his right hand. So overall, he missed it by 1.09 seconds. So that's the difference in first and second place, was missing one but going faster, or just kind of riding the line on speed and accuracy. That's why these things are great. So yeah, you can check out paintballcombine.com and look at all the leaderboard, the agility, the snake drill. See, the fastest snake drill was 12.38 seconds. I mean, and then Brandon Trujillo did it in 12.79 seconds. So that difference there is 0.41 seconds.
Wow.
Didn't Kyle do? What was Kyle's time on the snake?
I don't know.
I know
That
he
was
did
the
it
Boston
once
one.
this
I think the
couple years
Boston one, the fast was like 13:11 or something.
It was fast though, they were on turf on this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, some of them.
Oh wait, he's a gummy bear, right?
I'm not sure.
I just
The
gotta
gummy
stop saying
bears.
that. Well, they're both gummy bears, I think. Anyway,
Yeah, but Brandon
Clay
did
Hughes
that
is
really
Clay Hughes
fast.
from the Gummy Bears. Yeah.
he did it really fast. So,
Yeah.
it's a cool website to check out. So,
Yes.
Chris Hughes is
It's,
actually Clay Hughes from the Gummy Bears. Yes. So.
Yeah, and so I think the thing is, and what you were talking about is the equalizer is that the girls are out there doing the drills, the young kids are out there doing the drills, the older guys are out there doing the drills. So it's not, I mean, it's not necessarily a competition against other people. It's more about finding where you're at and then breaking your own. Like it's something to measure. So while it is a competition, at the end of the day, you still get a good measure of where you're at, and you get to improve your own times and improve your own scores, and you figure out where you need to work. And sometimes you surprise yourself. So I think that's one of the great things about what the combine has become.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, then really quickly, I guess I'll just kind of leave it with that news, and we'll kind of follow up on Thursday, and then we'll re-announce what we think the plans are. I can't wait for that meeting. That's going to be really efficient to have 7 different people on the call at the same time.
No, you're going to get a
Asking us
presentation.
we're going to get a presentation?
You're going to get a presentation.
I hope you guys have your act together. Otherwise, Kyle and I are taking no prisoners.
Wait a minute. Hold on for a second.
Nothing, just no pressure.
How many summer camps, how many combines? All you guys do is show up and, eat the organic avocados that I bring you. So the spring water. Yeah. So
After
can't
countless
return the rental
hours
car on time,
of meetings. Countless hours
we
of
don't have
meetings.
nearly as many meetings as we should.
So real
That's
quickly,
fair.
if you could, as we should, Lori, if you could be any cartoon character, who would you be?
Oh, cartoon character?
So is like Disney included in that?
Well, as long as it's a cartoon.
Okay.
So what do you think?
I was gonna say-
Daffy Duck or something?
No, I was thinking the Roadrunner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one for you.
that's a good
Yeah.
one for you. That one is a good one. That one is a good one.
Fast. Yeah.
Just fast. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other announcements or anything you'd like to mention? Did you have a good time? Do you feel like there was a lot of pressure? Are you sweating? Like anything?
Oh, no.
Don't
This
tell
has been
me.
great,
Actually, don't answer the last part.
No. It was definitely easy. Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. All right.
Good to hear.
Great. Great.
Thank you guys for actually having me on and letting me kind of explain that. I was going to address it. It'll be kind of addressed tomorrow. We have to tread carefully kind of on the Team USA stuff, on the Team USA site. So I was going to put up something first. I wanted to thank the sponsors and stuff and everybody who kind of supported, all the families and the fans who have definitely been supportive of the team over the past 2 years. The sponsors, the fields that had us out at practices, everybody was super supportive. We're super bummed that we could not make this happen. I think the mindset was that we all thought it would be getting better by the time we were going to France, and it wasn't. And that unfortunately made the decision. So, but we'll be back stronger, and you're definitely going to see a lot of these kids out there kind of crushing it because they're all super talented. And actually, you're going to see some of the women. There's going to be big breaking news on women's paintball coming after the Chicago event. So
I think they've already dropped all that news.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yep,
Tom did.
Yep.
Tom did.
Well, we have a meeting in Chicago on Monday. So
What's the meeting about?
It's going to be with some of the players, and it's going to be with some of the potential teams
Teams for what?
for women's paintball next year.
Oh, okay, cool. So there's gonna be a women's paintball thing.
Looks like there could be a women's paintball thing next
All
year.
right, good job, Lori.
Yeah.
That's news to us.
I didn't do it. Yeah. Oh, it is news too. Wait, did you just trap me?
That was the one trap for the day. Women's paintball
Yes.
team league. Great.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Lori, very much. You made it
Thank you,
through
guys.
unscathed, aside from that big bit of news that you just dropped that you weren't supposed to, but it's all right.
No, it's all good.
We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Lori.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Bye. Have a
Bye,
night.
guys.
All right. Put the technology away. And that was Lori Miller from Boston Paintball, Committed Paintball, Boston Paintball Ashland, Boston Paintball Chelsea, BKI, the Paintball Combine, Team USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a lot of
Does
hats.
it all.
And she deals with us. She's like,
And I feel like a lot. She's kind of under the radar. Like not a lot of people know who she is. So it's good for her to be able to come on and talk and show face and give everyone a little bit of who she is. So
yeah. And
because I feel like she doesn't
get
get enough credit for how much work
she does. Yes, that is true. That is true. So thank you very much, Lori, for jumping in here. And she's also really passionate about all the projects she works on. That's kind of what I said. So how I coaxed her into it. She goes, well, come on, I need somebody who's more passionate. Like Anthony's there and he'll explain it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's just kind of like, he's wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
He's out in the backyard.
Yeah. He's raking or something.
He's like, he's doing something like really hard.
Yeah.
And
feeding the dogs. And can't.
Yeah. So air horn for Lori. And yeah, so just next week we're going to we'll follow up a little bit about that. We're going to have the BKI Chicago NXL layout breakdown. We'll also talk a little bit of we'll talk a little bit about how the results of the European event. I kind of do wish that they had the same layout as Chicago, and because that way at least maybe some of those players would have been, well, they're not going to go anyway, but they might have been thinking about going. And then
I had to turn the jersey around for Randy just to see. I think it's pretty epic jersey, in my opinion.
Yeah, Randy, this is actually a pretty cool. This jersey is a legacy. Actually, I don't know if many of you guys know who Steve Harvey is, but the Dingo, Australian paintball player, and brother to Lisa Harvey, who's actually in that Paintball Famous book quite a bit. And we're going to be giving this away, not today, but we'll do it for next week's show. This is a piece to have a legacy, to actually even have a proto jersey in general.
Oh yeah,
in mint condition.
Yeah,
is pretty rad. But unfortunately, Randy, you are not a member of the Spick Span Show, so you won't be getting this thing unless you join.
But
the channel.
He did come back and said I didn't see the logo.
I didn't see the
so.
logo. Okay,
that's fair.
True. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
If it was just a proto jersey, I guess I wouldn't want
a blank proto jersey.
Yeah, who wants that?
I have some old dye pants from 05. Remember that I showed you the other day?
Yeah, get rid of those.
They look like hockey pants.
Yeah, get rid of those things. So,
what I was gonna say also though too, because I know Lori is someone that we've had on the show for the first time, but if you guys, I know we've asked you a long time ago, but if you guys have anybody that you guys would like to know more about, or we would like to have on the show so you guys could get to see and learn a little bit more about them, we're happy to reach out, because most of these they're not a full podcast like the people when we talk to them, we're like, you don't have to commit to like a full long hour thing. You can be doing whatever. You can be in your car. It's just like we're on the phone. So
even though we don't condone FaceTiming and driving, you can still be in the car.
Yeah, on a hands-free.
On a hands-free with the thing stuck, like into like some sort of
yeah. But,
true.
But if you guys like anybody that you guys would like to have on the show, you can always throw it out there, and we'll.
Rocky Cagnoni would be a good one.
Actually, so Jacob Cardiff and I know that you and I talked about this. You, Alex, and I, and also a lot of people in I think the paintball world. Yosh crushed it on Ghost Sports, and we didn't talk about this on our show.
I told him.
And then what I noticed was like after he did that a couple times, like he was in the booth a lot more after that. And I think Maddie's like, I'm sorry, I'm taking you up here with me. Like,
yeah.
But I thought Yosh did like an incredible job. He no offense to everyone else, but I think he's been the best up there out of like anybody that's guested.
Yeah,
anybody else,
even other full-time guys.
Yeah, like his perspective and the back and forth with Maddie and him was really good about how they're exchanging ideas about the game, and how it carried into other different subjects. I thought it was pretty pretty good listen. And everyone, even from my team on Impact, they were like, "Dang, Yoshi's doing so good up there!" Like, so it was pretty cool to.
Yeah, you were really stoked. Kyle texted me and goes, "Dude, Yosh is so good up there."
Yeah. I don't know why I just didn't text. I don't even think I texted Yosh out of everyone. I should have said that too.
It's okay.
But...
I told him. Greg Hastings is another good one. I actually talked to him a while ago and said you need to come on the show because I do believe he is. He's coming out with a new video game probably, and I think that was a big thing.
Okay.
I did see a bunch of the guys on there. Oliver was great. Yeah, maybe a 4-way collab between PTG. They're doing great stuff over there. Todd Martinez is always a fun guy to get on here. We can even probably get him in person. And
Nikki from the Ironman.
Nikki
would also be good too.
Yeah, we'll have to do a lot of convincing. We have to convince Fran. Then we're gonna have to talk to Nikki, and then we're gonna convince her it's okay. It's like that's gonna be. We'll get her on there though. We can absolutely, and I think it's good too. So yeah, that's a good one. And yeah, let's see. We'll
try to get Oliver back again.
We'll definitely be able to get Oliver back. Oliver had a blast.
Yeah,
he was like, "Hey guys, he didn't want to get off."
Yeah,
he didn't want to leave. I'm not leaving.
We did have Dave on the show before, but we could probably get him on again. And they actually called me after he was, because I think you guys talked for like 2 hours almost.
Yeah,
a really long time. But that was a show I had to leave to go take an exam or something last semester. Mm-hmm. And he called me like a couple hours later. He's like, "I can't believe you asked me to come on the show and then you got off and you didn't." And I was like, he was giving me crap, and he's like,
he loved it.
Yeah, he's like, "I had a great time, and then you asked me to come on the show, but you weren't there. What the heck?"
That's funny.
Hinman would be another good one to get on the show.
Yeah, Hinman's good because he offers a different perspective into the league, and he's totally fine with sharing and divulging a lot of that information.
Yeah.
And look, guys, remember that this originally spawned as a Q&A session, and again we thank you guys tremendously for all the support over the years, and I know that a lot of you guys are really active and you really enjoy jumping in on the show. But if you guys have questions. We were getting a bunch, a while back, and then that also kind of helps with getting your question highlighted or answered specifically. So anytime during the week, if you guys want to reach out and mention something like that, I think it'd be cool. And I do like, yeah, maybe we'll get Kirill on the show. The problem is the time thing over in Europe is a bit of an issue. We can get Australia on the horn.
Yeah.
We can get Asia on the horn. But Europe is a little tough. I know that we have a couple guys from Europe who are like, all right, 3 a.m, I got to go to bed.
Yeah. But we could also, even like, some of the Russian guys, when they're here for practices, when they have the downtime on like Monday, like Fedorov. Fedorov would probably be a cool one to get on the phone. Yeah. And after, he just won MVP, Golden Barrel.
Yeah, get him on.
Yeah, we should be able to. Yeah, we definitely need to get Meter on here.
Uh-huh. I wrote him in there as well.
100% Meter. Probably Nick Sloviak. I need to get Nick Sloviak on here.
We got to get Nick Sloviak an iPhone burner.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, he does have one.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Dizon. Actually, Ronnie Dizon would be a good person to have as well to do some cross promotion because he has a great YouTube channel that. I know that most of you guys, pretty much everybody who's in here, is also a subscriber or a regular to the PTG thing, and you guys are also probably a regular to Dizon's channel. So again, we thank you guys. I've mentioned this several times before. Is like whether you're a fan of ours or not. Obviously, if you're watching this, you probably are. But whether you are or are not, like I'm just stoked that you're engaging in any kind of paintball content and trying to share that as much as possible. So I do applaud you guys and thank you for that. I can't applaud you yet because I don't have the plugin downloaded yet, but I will get the applause going here. So yeah.
Yeah, Mouse we were supposed to.
Yeah, Mouse is on timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's probably watching this also, even though he says he's unavailable. He's probably listening and watching this thing live, so we're gonna get. We
almost had Mouse on here
twice
for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And now he's mad that I said that he was doing something. Yeah.
That's all right.
So now he might not come. Now
he might not come.
Yeah.
Or he'll stand us up again. You never know. But anyway.
Maybe I need your guys' help to message him and be like, I would really love to see you.
You gotta boost him up. You gotta boost him up.
Ryan and Kyle's show. So maybe we need your guys' help for that.
That reminds me also, we're getting some new stuff printed out from Island Designs. James showed me a cool new, like it's got this like rubber printed something in there. and like 3D printed Ray's Spick and Span Show, cool
nice.
logos and stuff like that. So we are working on some other really cool giveaways and things like that are going to be stuff that you can't get anywhere else, right? And I think that's one of the cool other little things about the show. And we had Harris on the show. He was pretty good. Pat Kraft, Bob Long. We wish we could get Bob Long.
Yeah. Should be able to get Pat on here. I actually talked to Pat Kraft. Besides Harris, I probably talked to him the most on that team. I really like Pat.
Yeah, and Joe, I actually, you're right. We do want to get Dizon on the show, Edward Dizon on the show also. And I actually had meant to ask Dizon. I meant to ask you after the last time we saw each other because I wanted you to come in and give your insight on some of the events that you play in and all the stuff that you do as far as supporting the industry and everything like that. So we will get him on there as well. And David Reed, why not get some Spick and Span koozies?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We're talking about dropping the K on the Spick and Span thing because I think we do get flagged on YouTube every time. Yeah, I can't send you.
Might be a good idea. I thought about that when
I didn't think about it at all.
Thinking
But
of the name.
Yeah, I didn't even. That didn't even blow.
That was everyone else's idea. So
they said Spick and Span.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know until I tried to send you a Venmo, and Venmo wouldn't allow me to write the word Spick and Span the way it's spelled, and I couldn't figure it out, and then I came to the realization as to why. So we apologize if we're offensive in any way, but I believe that we're going to be dropping the K off at the end. Plus, it makes sense because SPIC has 4 letters and SPAN has 4 letters, so it kind of flows.
It's true.
So look for a new logo coming out. And again, we're not the most politically correct anyway, but
tough times we live in these
tough
days.
times we live in there these
Gotta
days.
follow the rules.
Yep, Team USA will tell you all about that. Sheesh. All right, with that said, we're gonna jump. Oh, and I also I have a brand new Field 1 commercial that's gonna be dropping at the next event, I think. But I have it, and it was made by one of our awesome supporters, contributors, and fans and friends. And he's the same guy who made the Spick and Span intro.
Okay.
So I could show it to everybody.
You're gonna show it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like
I guess
that.
what's the point of waiting? I'm not gonna be all right, you have to go wait to Go Sports.
Yeah.
That's boring. But
Well, and I don't think Alex is in here right now, so he's not gonna give you.
kind of do whatever we want with it.
Yeah,
as I think, So yeah, it is David Rome. So right now, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm going to hit it 4 times. We've got a couple of barrel condoms, sticker packs, and playing cards to give away. We're saving some big things. I got those SLR goggles and this jersey that are going to be going away on episode 52 because it's the start of a new month. You guys might need a new pair of goggles. And we did go pretty big last week, and I'm still packaging all this stuff. So the reason I'm going light on the giveaways this time isn't because we're stingy. It's more because we still have to package up another 50 packages between the Mega Support Status members, giveaways, and everybody who's on this list that won something.
It's more of a supply chain.
It's a supply chain thing. Yeah.
Logistics.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, I've got the envelopes that you don't have to lick.
Yeah.
You just pull, peel. So that's nice.
There's been a lot of running around trips, and so we had to.
So there's a backlog. But
yeah.
Stuff's going to be shipping. It's 4, let's see, 5 winners are going to win right now. We're going to go on here. And the first winner, and everybody who is a member is on there right now. High Society, Mr. High Society. Okay. We're going to spin again. We've got winner number 2 is going to be J. Patrick Valentine. All right, congrats, Patrick. We're going to do 3 more spins. And everybody's going to get either a sticker and card pack, lanyard, barrel condoms, bands, Mr. Maui Rockstar. And we've got 2 more winners coming. My teal team. All right. And last but not least, we are going with almost DJ Craig's move. Scotty Doe.
Craig almost won last week.
I know. we actually had a couple of we had 2 double winners last week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So New York,
and Matt Waters were both double winners.
Well, congrats, guys.
Yeah, congrats, guys. I really appreciate that. For those of you guys who won, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we should check out this commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
What's that saying? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
I'm the media guy too, so I mean, like.
True. Yeah.
Of course, we're gonna watch the commercial.
Media.
I'm not afraid to be who I was made to be. I feel amazing, ain't no restraining me. Open the cage. Oh, this what you came to see. I'm a masterpiece. This how I had to be. They looking mad at me. Don't turn into a casualty. I'm a savage. Tell them get at me. I came to look in the eyes of giants. Wage war with Goliath. Cast off to Orion. I promise this moment is mine. We did it all by design.
Yeah. So shout out to
That's
Mr.
cool.
Mr. David Rome. That's pretty sick.
Crush it.
I showed that to Camille because I was excited. Like, it got me hyped.
Yeah.
I showed it to Camille, and she was just into it. And she goes, well, when does the movie come out? Like, I'd go see that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I told David that story, and he goes, maybe I should make a trailer for everything that I ever want to buy and show it to my wife.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, oh, get one of those.
Yeah. It's like, hey, side deal.
Yeah.
Send you some Venmo for.
Yeah. Oh, I need to get a new Force. And then he shows that commercial. I'm like, hon, look at this. And, what? Get one of those things.
It's a new Apple product. Can you?
Yeah.
Check out this video.
So shout out to David Rome for that, and also for our intro, and thank you everybody out there for making Spick Span Show very successful, and our another birthday next week, our 1-year anniversary. Who knew?
There you go.
A year of it. All right, guys. So thank you all very, very much. If you have any other suggestions, if you guys have any questions, any comments, and if you guys, we're also looking for new emojis, all sorts of cool stuff like that. Go ahead and shoot us a message. We also have, coming up on 300 members.
Yeah. Suggestions, anything that you guys can think of. No idea is not enough. It's not enough.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Spick Span Show!
I cannot look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between.